Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. We are into the first of the year. This is 2021, and there are a lot of things that need to be done here in the backyard after this pool build that we did for the last 2 months of 2020. Particularly something I'm working on today, which is going to be some repair and maintenance of some of the sod here in the backyard. That's what I'm going to be doing mostly this morning, and we're going to talk about kind of chunky task here in just a moment as we get into today's episode. Well, why don't we go ahead and get into today's episode? Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now, the first thing I've learned after doing a lot of research on Google and on YouTube, that there's some important things that you as a pool owner, if you have a swimming pool, need to do to maintain the proper health of your swimming pool. And I kind of do this every morning. And it's the 3C approach. That is circulation, which is what I'm doing right now. I have the water circulating. If you have any chemicals inside your pool, which you should have some kind of chemical to keep the bacteria down and keep the algae growth and keep and maintain a healthy swimming pool, you let the circulation go around, and what it does, it provides coverage to all those areas inside your swimming pool and the corners and crevices and the grout so that they stay clean and your pool stays healthy. The other C, let's see, that was circulation. Oh, cleaning. And I clean every couple of days, and that has to do with vacuuming and using a brush to clean the walls. Let's see, what's the other thing? Oh, cleaning. Oh, the little skimmer net that we have that has an extension for all the things that are on the top, as well as cleaning out the skimmers on the side of the swimming pool too. Now, the last C has to do with chemicals, making sure that you have the proper chemicals for a good balance inside your swimming pool, for pH, as well as for treating that nasty bacteria that might show up inside there, so that you can go and you don't have to worry about getting any kind of bugs inside your ears and nose and mouth and things like that. Well, today is not about doing swimming pool maintenance. That's not what it is. That's kind of my routine now on a daily basis, and I'm continuing to learn. I got some new toys that will be coming up here pretty soon that I will be sharing with you as far as how to monitor the health and kind of give you a heads up on what you need to do with your swimming pool. That's exciting. That will be coming probably in the next couple of weeks, something I ordered. This morning I said, post-construction of the swimming pool. And it has to do with fixing, doing some repairing. As you know, back here, this whole area, and this was the pathway coming in that the pool construction team used to come in and out, bringing in the concrete and the mix and everything for the swimming pool, but they did some damage to some of the yard. And that's what I'm working on this morning. Now, before I do share what I'm going to be working on for the repair of some of the yard, I just want to show you some of the growth that's growing inside the raised bed garden. If you looked at our last episode, I think our very last episode, if I'm not mistaken, we kind of went through the raised bed garden, but we didn't really talk in detail about some of the growth that's going on inside here. I want you to look at our tomato plants. The tomato plants are just growing so crazy. My gardener put up this little bamboo screening wall right here so we have something to attach because it's growing so fast. Even though this is wintertime, it's crazy here in the Philippines. It's wintertime and we have this lots of rain and it's cold at nighttime, but you can see we still have seedlings that are coming up. Everything is green, and I'm going to show you something here in just a minute that surprised me, and you probably saw it in our last video that I didn't talk about, that I really didn't expect to be growing this early in the season. But anyway, tomato plants all over the place. I got a tomato seedling here, starting to get some blossoms here. We got some blossoms on this tomato seedling right here. I gave away a bunch of my strawberry plants yesterday. I went into the barangay, and some of our friends inside the barangay, I gave them some of these so they can actually start growing some of the strawberry plants on their properties there as well. That's what I like about this little area right here. I keep sticking little strawberry plants, and I'll take it out of there and I'll put it in a bag and I'll give it away to our friends. Oh, but what I wanted to show you is over there on the other side. Now, This is not what I wanted to show you, but I want to show you anyway. This is peppercorn. This is our peppercorn plant that we planted back here, oh, maybe about 4 months ago, 5 months ago. And it was just an experiment to see if it would grow here. Would this be a good spot? But it's actually starting to grow lots of peppercorn. Look right here. Look at the peppercorn growing here and the peppercorn growing over there. So we will soon have our own little production of our own. I think one plant for a family, I'm gonna say maybe one peppercorn plant is enough. Don't do like I did with my ginger. And I did this last time and I keep making the same mistake. We just have so much ginger growing inside here and they grow huge, so huge sometimes that they start growing out of the ground like you see right over here. The ginger is a, so we'll pull that out first and we'll use that for some ginger tea or some cooking, because Ness cooks lots of Asian style dishes around the house. This is my what is this? This is my Chico plant that I thought was dead, and we pulled it up, we transplanted it, and I said, oh, it looked like it was totally dead, but it's coming back, it's looking nice and healthy. Now I need to find a place for the Chico plant. But that's not why we came back here to this part of the raised bed garden. What I want to show you is my grapes. I did not expect grapes. You see the grapes here? There's actually two little bunches. There's a bunch here and a bunch right behind it right here. I did not expect to see grapes this early in the season. And I still haven't trimmed, because what you're supposed to do, from what I've read, this is my first experience with grapes. You have a main vine, and there's technical terms for grapes. I just don't remember what the name of it. But you have your main stem that comes out of the ground, and then you have these offshoots to the side, and you're supposed to cut these back. You cut these back, and then it will promote new growth for the new season. But I don't know. We kind of don't need. We kind of don't need that here, because everything grows year-round around this neck of the woods. So we're doing real good back. But that's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the grapes that are growing on our grapevine. And I'm going to be working on that later on, doing some trimming as well. Now also, in our last episode, I kind of showed you all the bananas that were inside the Bahay Kubo. Well, they're not there anymore. Well, not as many, because I went out yesterday, Ness and I went out yesterday, and we did some community sharing. We drove around our neighborhood here, but it seems like there wasn't a lot of our neighbors home, because we were going to distribute out a lot of the really nice, the Cavendish and Lantundan bananas that we have that fell from the typhoon, if you remember, but they still matured to the point that they're nice to eat, very nice to eat. So I wasn't able to find many people here. The guards, we gave the guards a bunch of the bananas. We gave the guards some other items that we have from the garden, but we went into the barangay, you know, down by Roy and Michelle's area. We went around there and we started distributing some of our bounty of bananas back here as well. Let me show you what we have left. Oh, we had like 150 to 200 bananas or something, and this is all we have left from one of the trees right here, and they're doing fine here. We'll need to start eating, especially this bunch over here, very soon. And back here at the house, let me show you what we have on the back porch from our Cavendish. I managed to cut off a bunch of one huge bunch, and separate them from the stalk. So that's what we have back here. But this is all we have left. We gave away almost everything that we have back here. You can see this one. Oh yeah, this one right here is ready to eat. So we'll have bananas for a while, but I'm not really worried, because we have a sabah that's almost ready on the back of the lot behind us, which is John's, which is where I donated a bunch of them, but he's not here, so he's like, go ahead and take whatever you need. And we have another Lantundan growing right here on this one. I don't want too many, because they all seem to grow at the same time, and then we have too many bananas. So let's get at the task at hand right now. The task at hand is doing some repairing. You saw I repaired this area. Remember, this was just a mud pit from the path that went to this point right here and continued. You can see we still have damage here. So I'll still be working on this area right here, but I think much of the grass will come up over time here and we'll be okay here. But this area up here, up on Bahay Kubo Island, this was really kind of damaged really bad, and I think a lot of the grass died from all the traffic that went inside the Bahay Kubo to the work area. This was the rest area and the eating area for our pool team when they were here. So right now I'm digging up and I'm trying to pull up a lot of the older roots the older roots from the original grass. A lot of it, I think, has died. And then what I'm doing is some of the reserve sod, I'm going to go ahead and put it right back inside these places right here. So I have a little bit of sod inside my wheelbarrow, and then I will repair this area right here and any other small areas that really need repairing, maybe around the area from the pool construction. Now I'm going to get to this project here in just a moment, which is just doing the repair of some of the sod inside the backyard. And a lot of people keep asking me, James, when are you going to do your next big project? What is your next big project? When are you going to start your next big project? Well, I have a strategy here, and it seems to be a pretty successful strategy. Actually, Ness kind of taught me a strategy, and it's called chunking. Chunking your projects. And sometimes what you need to do, you need to kind of prioritize some of your projects. If it's something like an emergency, then of course you have to work on that right away. If you have an electrical problem or a leak in your plumbing or whatever that is an emergency status, kind of triage it. You triage it and then you go ahead and you attend to that. But when you have the luxury of working on any project that you want, because they all got to get done, you just have to decide which one you want first. A lot of times what you might want to do is start with the task that you can complete the quickest. That way you're done with it. You have a sense of accomplishment. You're like, I finished that one, now I can work on the next one. Because sometimes if you take on a huge project, like the swimming pool project that we did that took 61 days, you kind of get burnt out sometimes on those, and it makes you feel like I need a long rest before I get into a project like this again, because you know you have other projects that need to be done as well. It's a psychological kind of a thing. That's why we haven't pushed a video, I think, in the past week, because I needed some rest. I need to enjoy the swimming pool a little bit and start preparing for some of the upcoming projects that's going to be happening here soon. So that's my strategy. Chunk, get completed those smaller projects, like some of the repair here inside the backyard. Even if you can't do it in one day, it's still a small task and it's an easy task to do. Well, I think I talked enough about chunking and strategies and tasks about how to get jobs accomplished around your home. I'm going to go ahead and get on to this task. Well, it's not pretty right now, but I got a lot of good sod in. And something that's a tip that I recommend is when you put sod down, even if it's overgrown like this is right here and the grass is sticking out, don't go with the tendency to cut it right away to make it look nice and neat. Let it stay like that until all the roots grab into the ground underneath it, the soft ground that you just broke up, and then that'll make it more healthy. Then later on you can trim it with your lawnmower or weed eater. So anyways, we have a lot of it done. The reason I've stopped right now, I don't know if you can see, but it's raining. So I have to take a break. This was my chunk for today. We'll go inside and we'll follow up today's episode. Well, anyway, this is the day after. I gotta apologize for not completing out the episode yesterday. Well, hey, Apple. Well, because yesterday it actually got really nice, like the sun is out right now. And remember, it was raining, and I thought I was complete for the day. But when it got so nice and sunny out, I decided to take a dip inside the swimming pool here. Because the swimming pool is an investment. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, about investments. But anyway, Ness said, you know what, you didn't close out the video yesterday, you need to close out the video today. So that's what we're doing right here. But before we close out today's video, we have two things we have to do. First, I want to do some quick shout outs. Because we owe some shout outs. We haven't been online quite as much as we usually are. And I want to share with you some neat scenes of our family get together here, back here in the backyard, around the swimming pool area, to kind of show you how much fun we're having with our pool here in the backyard as well. So to start off, you ready to do a little shout out?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. All right, well, we have some belated birthdays since we haven't really been producing so many videos over the holiday season, because we've been kind of chilling here. And the first birthday shout out goes to
June Aklan from Virginia.
And that was on what date? That was
December 22nd.
December 22nd. And for December 31, Neil Williams' daughter, Angela, she turned 23 on December 31. Belated birthday for Angela. And our last birthday shout out goes to a good friend of ours, Adrian, from a Brits Philippine Destination channel on YouTube. And on January 4th, this is a belated birthday shout out for Adrian for January 4th. He turned 62 years old. Okay.
And on January 3rd, Richard and Geraldine celebrated their 14th wedding anniversary.
Now to all of our birthday recipients from past and present, we want to wish you a happy birthday. And to our 1 anniversary recipient, we want to wish you both a happy anniversary. Now before we close, I just want to share a couple of things. One is a kind of an outlook about investments, and one is about having family over and family and friends when you have an investment such as a swimming pool. But anyway, I want to share with you a few sayings from January 3rd. It was January 3rd we had your family over, right?
Sunday.
Yeah, last Sunday, January 3rd. And it was a gathering of all of us here inside the backyard.
Really fun.
We had a lot of fun, just relaxing. I tell you what, it was a lot of fun having everybody over. The swimming pool seemed, even though we think it's really small, it really accommodated a pretty big group of us back there in the backyard.
Even though they really didn't swim, they all gathered.
There wasn't a lot of swimming going because the water was really cold. It was really cold. But since we have the smaller levels inside here, we could just dangle your feet. It proved to be a lot of fun. But anyway, the last thing I want to talk about is a little bit about investments. You know, when we invested in our pool, most of the time what comes to mind, what do you think when you think of investment?
Well, there should be return.
Yeah, should be a return. The return. That's the key, a return. And most people, they think of an investment, a return in money. Monetization is what most people think, right? When you invest in property, you normally expect to have a return. You gain, you grow your investment. Well, you can kind of do something in that same philosophy with what we did here with the swimming pool. The swimming pool for us was an investment, but it wasn't an investment for money. It was an investment for our happiness. Pleasure, our happiness. Yeah, pleasure and happiness for us and our family and our friends. So sometimes when you think about investment, you have to think about an internal investment. What are you going to get out of it in the long run? When you're thinking about a project or a build or anything that you have to do inside your life, think of that as a long-term investment in your happiness. Did I get the point across?
Good.
Well, we're going to close for now. We need to get this episode edited and uploaded. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll try to get some more of these real simple backyard episodes coming up in the very near future. Well, if you did enjoy today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID Dream Heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. And if you have the notification bell rung on there, you will be notified and you will know the next time we upload a new video. So until next time from right here in the Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.